William Saliba this season has broken a record that is so hard to do. Also, I want to speak about the Everton game. I need your help trying to understand a few of the points from that game. But also, I'm going to tell you why I'm so excited for next season, why I'm so optimistic about next season. Before we get into it, though, I hate to do it, but just very quickly, please hit like on this video. So let's talk about William Saliba. Rio Ferdinand, the man who hates Arsenal, came out with quite a good stat, actually. He said, William Saliba is the only player in Premier League history to play every single minute of every single game. Now, since he said that, a few people have come out and said, no, he's not the first in Premier League history, but he's the first in Arsenal's history to play every single minute of every single game in the league. Whether that's true or not in terms of Premier League player, I don't think so, because I'm sure John Terry or a Frank Lampard, someone like that maybe have done it as well. I don't know how to check that stat, but the fact that Rio Ferdinand come out and gave props to William Saliba, look, I just thought it was an incredible stat. You know, he has played every minute of this season without even coming off the bench. I remember him coming off in the Champions League, but in terms of Premier League, he's played every single minute. So I've got two questions to put to you guys that I want your opinion on, okay? First of all, is Saliba and Gabriel the best centre-back partnership in world football? Because in my opinion, they are. They're definitely the best in Premier League football. You've even got rival fans and rival media creators coming out and admitting that, you know, Saliba and Gabriel are by far and away the best centre-back partnership in the league. So are they the best in the world? Let me know your thoughts. But also the second question is Saliba only world-class, which I believe he is, because of Gabriel? You know, are they, if you take one of them away, does the other guy's performance drop off? Because they do complement each other so well, don't they? It's like Gabriel's the strong, tough, aggressive centre-back, and Saliba's the cool, calm head. You know, gets the ball down and wants to play. Very quick, very athletic, very strong. You know, he's almost too calm on the ball sometimes. You know, when William Saliba, when it's bobbling around and he's kind of flicking it over players' heads and you're thinking, what are you doing? But then he just brings it down calmly and plays it. So yeah, let me know. Is it the best centre-back partnership? And is he only world class because of Gabriel? Right. Very quickly. Man City won the league. Arsenal didn't win the league. Second in the league, second year in a row. There's progression. There's things to be optimistic about. Look, I think Arsenal are going to win the league next season. I predicted Man City to win the league this season, but I do think Arsenal are going to win it next season. We've seen we're capable of beating the big teams. The big six, we didn't drop points to them this season in terms of a loss. We didn't lose to Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United. We didn't lose a game against these guys. So next season, I think our team's only going to get stronger. So I think as long as we can keep that good record, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of City next season. Whatever they do in the summer, that's down to them. You know, my focus is just on Arsenal. And the way things are looking, the current trajectory, the way the club is moving, I see nothing but good things. So I'm looking at Man City, and I understand they got good structure. I understand they got a good manager. I understand they're probably going to be stronger next season. But I'm not scared of them. I'm not afraid. In the words of Benny King, no, I won't be afraid. No, I won't. Do you know what I mean? I'm not afraid of Man City. I think next season, Arsenal are going to be able to eclipse Man City and finally have the moment of Arsenal winning the league. Let me know your thoughts on that. Right, let's talk about the game against Everton, because in terms of a game, it was one of them games that was, you know, last game of the season, it was frustrating at a point. You know, going 1-0 down in a game like that where you're almost thinking Arsenal are going to beat Everton. It's just whether West Ham can do the unthinkable against Man City. And it didn't happen. Straight away, Everton went 1-0 up and I'm thinking, what is going on? You know, Man City scored early in that game. 2 minutes. You know, they didn't even give us hope, did they, West Ham? 2 minutes in, Phil Foden, to be fair, it was a worldie as well, popped up on the screen and I was thinking, brilliant. Not long after, they went 2-0 up. But, you know, at that point, I'm thinking, right, let's just focus on this game against Everton. Everton go 1-0 up. I'm thinking, you're joking me. What's going on? So frustrating. You know, look, let's start from the beginning of the game. Martinelli on that right-hand side was a problem. Look, we heard the news that Bukayo Saka was out of this game. And I was thinking, right, okay, we still have enough firepower to beat Everton. Martinelli on the right is going to be an interesting watch. And when I saw him, Martinelli for me, I probably gave him man of the match. It was tough between him and tomiyasu, who I thought had a brilliant game. But Martinelli was just causing havoc. He reminded me of the Martinelli last season, where he's just playing with so much confidence, beating the guy. And that's exactly what he done early on that right-hand side. Beat the player, had that shot against Pickford. Pickford saved it and he just couldn't get there in time. So, yeah, Martinelli looked really good. And then you had Calvert-Lewin hitting the post. Kind of, Arsenal were on top for the majority of it. And then kind of Everton had like a bit of a break. Calvert-Lewin hits the post and you're thinking, right, boys, we need to be careful here. Because Everton do still have players that can hurt us. Like, they're not a rubbish team. They're in a good run of form recently. So we have to give Everton their respect as well. And then the free kick came for Everton. Look, it was a weird one, wasn't it? I'm seeing so much hate for David Raya on this free kick, and I'm not really are you guys putting the blame on David Raya? Like, David Raya was guessing the right way. He went to go that way. It comes off Declan Rice's head and goes in the opposite corner. Like, he's already made his decision to move, which would have been the right direction for the free kick. So if it went that way, Raya probably would have saved it. But the massive deflection, by the time it hit Rice and then started travelling that way, he's already gone that way. I've seen so much hate for David Raya on his positioning, on his flat-footedness. Could he have done slightly better? Maybe, but for me on this one, look, and I've criticised David Raya in previous games to say maybe he should have done better in certain moments, but I don't think that free kick can be the blame can be directed in David Raya's direction whatsoever. I don't put him at blame at all for that game, for that goal. Like I said, let me know your thoughts on that. And then we had the Tomiyasu goal pretty much straight after. Odegaard assist. We've seen him in that position so many times, getting out wide and then cutting it back in. But I tell you what goes under the radar, and it is the Ben White pre-assist. Like, you don't get numbers for this, but the amount of times Ben White either plays it to Bukayo Saka or Odegaard or whoever occupies that area of the pitch that Arsenal are so successful in, Ben White is always involved in them plays, but he doesn't get the numbers because it's not the actual final assist. It's not the final action before the goal. But I think it's definitely worth mentioning Ben White's contribution this season in terms of pre-assists, in terms of the build-up. Like I said, on that right-hand side, that is so effective for Arsenal. We saw, like I said, Martinelli yesterday, but we missed Saka as well. Let's not pretend that we didn't miss Bukayo Saka in this game. Not just because what he offers on the ball, but the fact that, defences are wary and midfields are wary. So they're always kind of checking on Saka's side. They've always got two men on Saka, so it opens up areas of the pitch for other players. So I definitely saw a difference in Arsenal's right-hand side without Saka. Now, luckily, like I said, Martinelli had a very, very good game. I thought he was tricky. I thought he was dangerous. I thought he was confident. And he was doing all the right things. But I think we definitely still missed Bukayo Saka. Let me know your thoughts on that, of course. But look, and then you had a couple of moments where it just wasn't happening for Arsenal. It was 1-1. Arsenal were kind of having a lot of the ball. But, Everton had a few breaks as well. We can't pretend that Everton were fully out of the game. But if a team looked like they was going to go on and win, it was definitely Arsenal. Arsenal definitely had the most chances. And you saw that when Havertz hit the post. Whipped in, Havertz headed it. I'm not sure he was actually trying to do that, tried to get it in that corner because his eyes were kind of off the goal. But if he was trying to do it in fair play, that was a very good header. Hits the post. Martinelli on the right-hand side again, whips it in. ML Smith-Rowe, boom, hits the crossbar. And I'm thinking, this isn't going to happen today. This isn't going to happen. And then you get the goal, you get the break. And this is a talking point that I need your guys' help trying to understand. Was that a handball by Gabriel Jesus? Look, I'll give you my opinion on it in a second, but just quickly, let me know if you think Gabriel Jesus handballed the ball. Look, it kind of hit him here. He couldn't do anything. So I understand people that saying it's not, because he couldn't get his arm out of the way. Like, the ball was coming and he was kind of moving in that direction anyway. The ball hits him there and it's a break. It falls to his feet and then Arsenal were on the attack. Look, we'll carry on with the action. Odegaard gets the assist. For me, it was a very lucky assist. I think he was trying to go for the shot, but he didn't really connect, and then it went through to Havertz. If he was trying to do that, and I never know with Odegaard because he's always 2, 3, 4 steps ahead of everyone else, so maybe he meant to do that assist. But to me, it kind of looked like a lucky break. Falls to Havertz, and Havertz gets the goal. Still goes down as another Odegaard assist. 2 on the night. Havertz goal as well. But look, that Jesus handball, for me, if that was another team that done that against Arsenal, I'm raging. I'll be straight up. If we're playing Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, but not even just them, any team, and it's the winning goal to beat us, say Villa or something like that, and it comes off their arm, and then they go and score on the break, I am livid. Personally, yes, I think that's a handball. I'll take it. Arsenal have had so many dodgy decisions this season. It always seems like most people are against Arsenal. So for Arsenal to have some luck, I'm here for it. Bring me some more. But look, I would feel hard done by if I was an Everton fan. Sean Dyche, I would think that's probably a handball. But like I said, the referee went over to the monitor and he overturned it. So in his eyes, he saw it as he couldn't really get out of the way. He didn't really gain an advantage, whether it hit him here or here. The ball would have broken in the same position. So there you go. It wasn't actually a handball. Arsenal go on to win the game. Was it frustrating that we didn't win the league? Yes, but so many of us already said it's going to be difficult for Arsenal to win the league now anyway. Arsenal are as good as out of it. You know, Man City are this machine. They don't lose games late in the season. The only chance Man City had to lose games was early on in the season. When it gets down to the business end, Man City are always relentless. Man City have this knack of going on and just winning games. You know, they find... If Haaland's not scoring, if Foden will pop up, if Foden's not scoring, Vardy will pop up. They just got these players who are able to pop up in moments and almost drag them through. They have so many of them match winners, and Arsenal are getting to the point where we also have those kind of players, but we are behind in our process. The Man City process has been going on successfully for a decade now. So Arsenal are not going to be in the same level as Man City. Arsenal are not going to have the same level of team as Man City. Like I said, they've been investing heavily, by the way, for over 10 years. Arsenal have been on this current sort of trend of spending, bringing in good players, bringing in Mikel Arteta and Edu's vision in the past few seasons. So it's only going to go up from here, and that's why I'm feeling optimistic. You know, Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, they've been battling it out. Jurgen Klopp's now stepped aside, or he stepped down as Liverpool boss, and Mikel Arteta is the guy to go against Pep Guardiola. Look, Mikel Arteta went against Pep and Klopp this year, and he got the better of Klopp. You know, he couldn't topple Pep Guardiola yet, but there's still plenty of time. And we've heard Pep Guardiola come out and talk about how they are wary of Arsenal, how he thinks Mikel Arteta is a great coach and how he believes he will be a success. Some people are saying, well, he would say that he's his mate, but he said these same things against about Jurgen Klopp. He always praised him, and now he's praising Arteta in the same way. And yet you still have these Arsenal fans who are coming out and saying Arteta isn't the right man. Arsenal need to change of direction. Change of what direction? What are you looking at? How are you not seeing Arsenal are going in the right direction? Look, I don't want to turn this into a rant. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on Saliba. Let me know your thoughts on Saliba and Gabriel. Let me know your thoughts on the Everton game. And of course, let me know your thoughts on those talking points. Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. Before you go, if you could just very quickly do me the favour of just hitting thumbs up on this video. Just like it. And subscribe, and I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.